It's officially been a year since I released my album recorded in the Inch and Down oil tanks, and the response from you guys continues to blow me away. We recently hit over 100,000 streams on Spotify, videos from the project have cumulatively accrued millions of views on Instagram and TikTok, and I still receive DMs from people saying they really connected with it, despite the fact that I haven't been active on social media for the past few months. There are a few reasons for the hiatus, but chief among them is that the project is done. I ran out of videos from my sessions in the oil tank, and I didn't and still don't want to go back just for the purpose of cynically milking it for content. I'm a big believer in keeping your mouth shut unless you have something to say, and I said everything I wanted to say about that chapter of my career. I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. You in Your Absence was my practical project for my master's degree. I didn't go into this with a big plan or social media strategy. From my perspective, I was just publicly documenting my work, and now all of a sudden I've ended up with a platform of 20,000 people to entertain, which, while exhilarating, is also kind of terrifying. So I took some time off to come up with a plan for the future of my channel, and this is what I want to run by my audience in this video. First, and most important of these changes, is that I'm going to start gigging much more regularly, and in turn, posting live clips from those gigs. I've teamed up with my friend Colin over at Keyring Records, who incidentally is also editing this video. Hi, Colin. They're taking on a management role in this endeavor. We're going to start in Sussex and London, but I'm eager to play elsewhere, so if you guys have any suggestions for places we should reach out to, we'd love to hear them. Secondly, I want to feature other sonically interesting places on here. I've drawn up a big spreadsheet of locations that I think would make for great videos, but I want more, and that's where you come in. If you know about somewhere that sounds cool and is ripe for some experimentation, I want to hear about it. My DMs are always open, and I'll be sure to credit you if we end up filming somewhere you suggest. Now, to be clear, this isn't necessarily about finding the next place to record an album. I want this series of videos to be in the spirit of experimenting with how real, unsimulated sonic space interacts with the medium of recorded music, an extension rather than a retread of my work at Inch and Down. Thirdly, I'm going to start a second channel in the not-so-distant future. In the immediate wake of running out of oil tank content, I started posting more technical videos about my other big interest, which is music technology. They never performed as well as the other content, but the problem is that I really enjoyed making them, and I don't want to stop. I'll talk about this more nearer the time, but I think it's wise to keep this channel focused towards a more general audience and target the more technical content towards an audience that is already invested in the nitty-gritty of music tech. Fourthly, if that's even a word, and finally, I'm going to keep making these sorts of talking to the camera commentary videos on a semi-regular basis. I don't want this to take up too high a percentage of my output, as I want the focus to be the music first and foremost, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy writing these little micro essays on things I find interesting or otherwise worth discussing. So yeah, that about covers it. I want to reiterate that I do have some larger projects in the works that are similar in scope to my work at Inch and Down, but nothing that I can formally announce just yet. Thanks again for your support, and I hope you stick with me for what's next, because there's some really exciting stuff in the works that I can't wait to tell you about.